Hello, this is Jason Levitt. Welcome back to Moon Temple Dreaming. Right now we're going to be talking about nightmares, which I've come to call paper tigers, an Asian phrase I picked up over the years. A paper tiger is an ornate, beautifully drawn, fierce, terrifying image. The power, the fear, and the ornateness with which this image is created matches the power of the nightmare. The piece to remember is that it's two-dimensional. So one of the keys with working with nightmares is your willingness and enthusiasm with approaching the nightmare, and we'll cover that in a moment. The idea is that the closer you get to it, the more you realize that it's two-dimensional. And then you poke your hand through and you see what's on the other side. What's on the other side is always, without exception, hidden power. Your power being reclaimed, that you've been hiding from or keeping away from yourself. The power that's hiding behind that, the treasure that's sitting behind this painting, this image, is directly proportionate to how much fear and how terrifying the image is that you've created. That's how you can gauge how much you have to reclaim in this moment. The process of working through a nightmare, the first is to bring up the image and bring out the emotion of the scene. So whatever dream you have where you have just fear and it's got you paralyzed, is you stop the analysis, you stop talking about anything else, and you sit with it. And you breathe into it. I use nasal breath down my back, into my abdomen. I do that a few times. Drop shoulders. It relaxes the body. After you've dropped in, send your breath through your nose directly into wherever you have this fear. Most likely, when you have a nightmare and you're awake again, when you think about it, you're going to find that fear hidden somewhere in the body. You're going to feel tightness in the chest. You're going to feel something in your gut. Have a headache. Wherever you find the sensation in your body, I want you to put your attention there and send your breath into it. What the breath does is it brings your consciousness, which travels on your breath, into that place in your body. It's like you're going through a house and you've opened a door and the room is dark and it's terrifying. And what you're doing with your consciousness through your breath is turning on the light. Now sometimes you approach that with a flashlight and you light up little bits at a time, or you flip the whole light on. That'll be up to you. But as you send your breath into this fear, you're going to see what's going on. And with a little bit of courage, you're going to notice what story you're uncovering. This is an invitation to dismantle that story, or to simply feel the juice of it, recognize that it's not true. You have a story that's reinforcing this fear, and then you separate you self-identifying with that fear. The moment you recognize it and then you're sending breath into it, it becomes a thing. It becomes a thing that's separate from you. And what that does is it helps you kind of recreate your own space. So now you have this nightmare, this fear over here. You're no longer identified with it. That means you can look at it from different angles. It's a progressive process, and it's cumulative. The more you send your breath into it, the deeper it's going to go, and the more is going to come clear. You can program in with intentional dreaming that you're ready to face this fear. You can program in that you already know what the fear is. And if you program in that kind of programming, I already know what this fear is, I've already moved through this, I'm letting this go, this is easy. You talk to yourself. And whatever you don't actually believe, the moment you're saying it, keep saying it. Because your body will accept it, your body will move along with it. And at some point the belief will come through and you'll hear the genuine conviction in your voice. It just takes a little practice. It takes a little time and a little bit of courage. When you've broken through this paper tiger, when you've come to face with this nightmare image, and you've looked at it, even when you're feeling the fear of it, you're still going to feel the power. That's the moment when you can feel this juice come up, when you can feel the body tingles, sensations come up, and you can feel, you know that there is a power, there's a story being dismantled, there's a conviction that's being wiped away. And from that, you're going to feel often you're going to feel this sense of ease, this dropping in, and that's what the reclaiming of the power feels like. It's a relaxing of your body. It's a relaxing of your emotions and of your mind. Because suddenly you have it again, and suddenly from that moment on you have that much more resource and access to spirit, your spirit, that you more than you had before. This is the key to working with paper tigers. The more you can engage them, the more you're going to move through what's challenging you. And at the same time, you're going to be refueling and resourcing yourself with everything else going on in your life. Please write down, and this can be hard for some people, please write down what you get in your nightmare work. Because this is your power. And it's wonderful to be able to look back and see what you did. How are we doing? Thanks.